Okay, so this is DX Plays Dreamkiller. This is probably the most obscure first-person shooter I've ever played. Finding any information on this game is fairly challenging. There are some things here and there, but it's not even like Psychotoxic, where there's a lot of information on Psychotoxic. This game just came out, then fell off the face of the earth. It's really, really strange. This was made by Mindware Studios, I believe, who also worked on Painkiller Overdose in 2007. This was their last game before they shut their doors, and a lot of people say this game is terrible. I'm not sure I would agree with that. I think it's kind of underrated. Alright, so we're gonna just start here with the new game. We're gonna start here. It has an opening cutscene, and then we're gonna just get thrown into the first level.
After all these years, there's only one thing that makes me happy. One thing that can provide me with solace. Sleep without dreams. When I think back to my younger self, it breaks my heart. Just a little girl with big problems that no one could understand. We were real, and coming together again and again. Until finally it was too much. If these were her dreams, then they must follow her rules. It was at this moment that her life would change forever. A gift and a curse to help others. I have this ability and I cannot ignore it. Entering the dream world is my only talent. I use this ability the best way I can. Exploring my patient's dreams, surveying the damage, and repairing what has been broken. My name is Alice Drake. I have to repeat that every time I enter your head. If I don't, I won't know where my mind ends and yours begins. My name is Alice Drake, and I am the last guardian of your peace of mind.
So the game definitely has an interesting premise. You are a psychiatrist who goes into people's dreams to rid them of their fears. Kind of like Psychotoxic, except the execution is a million times better. Protagonist is voiced by Laura Bailey, too. It's very strange.
Patient Jonathan Webb exhibits a severe fear of spiders. Poor Jonathan. Another broken mind that needs my special care. Time to get to work and see what we're dealing with around here. Something's going on here. I can feel it.
So, this is a game, basically...
Typical. As the nightmares die, the patient's mind becomes healthier. I can use the excess energy for myself.
So this is a game where you can upgrade your abilities by destroying enemies. And you have basically powers that you do this with, although you're given weapons later on in the level. I don't know what engine this game runs on, but it's certainly not an engine that has any sort of momentum mechanics. It's kind of just very standard action. I am playing this on the hardest difficulty. It isn't a very challenging game, I would say, especially not once you get the weapons. I do like the idea of powers and not just having weaponry, but I feel like in this first level, because you do get upgrades later on that extend your range and your power and all that, I feel like in this level it doesn't work as well as it could.
Small spiders, and my personal favorite, dead spiders.
Yeah, I like the visuals. This honestly doesn't look like a game that came out in 2009, but hey. You'll notice the tattoo on her right arm. That's actually an effect that, you know, grows out of her arm when she gets upgraded powers. It's really interesting. We should be getting our first weapon here soon. It's a minigun. It's actually pretty nice.
What have we here? A minigun. Good. The patient's mind is trying to help me. Thanks, Jonathan.
Alright, now... You can also upgrade the guns with the more kills you get with the weapon. I think in this mode, the enemies have a little more health. You may just do a little less damage, I'm not really sure. Now, this has an alternate fire as well. Which is just like a grenade sort of effect. Behind me. So I've never played Painkiller, but I've heard that the gameplay is similar. I don't know how accurate that really is. See, that's a good use of the secondary fire there. You really want to try to herd enemies together. You do not want to try to take them on one by one. It's just not a very smart idea. And it won't get you very far in this game, even on the normal difficulty. Not that the AI is like the greatest AI ever, also. Now, I will try to just use this because you have to upgrade your powers eventually, and you do it by fighting these enemies. The orbs that fall from the enemies are the ones that'll allow you to upgrade. Now, I don't like that you only have a 2-weapon limit. It really is kind of restrictive, especially because you cannot drop weapons. So the game gives you like a shotgun in the second level, and the hands are not your primary or your base weapon. So you can just have the shotgun and the minigun at the same time, and it really sucks because if you want to use the hand powers, you have to go back to one of the portals to drop your weapon. There is also a killing spree mechanic in this game, which we'll see soonish. Every time you kill an enemy, it'll be marked at the top right, and from there, you'll get a little tick. If you kill about I think it's 8 or 9 enemies, maybe 10, you get into frenzy mode. Oh, we're gonna get screwed here because I think there's some down there. Yep.
Using an enormous spider as a bait. But to where?
Oh, they're all around me. Shit. Now that can't hurt you, by the way. And also, this game has secrets. So you'll see at the bottom right, I have two markers on the minigun thing. That means that I am gaining minigun upgrades. So the weapons get upgraded the more you play the game as well.
Let's cover some ground here.
Now this is an interesting power. If you press Q, you get a teleportation kind of effect. I really would have liked to have played this on more of like an id Tech, because then you could have bunny and stray popping done really well, and that's what I think this game kind of needed. This game needed some sort of more advanced movement than this. You also cannot reload cancel, I believe, in this game. It's just not a thing that the game allows you to do. I haven't figured out how to do it. It's funny too because this game was not released in the greatest state either. If you've played this game, you know that it's locked to 40 frames unless you unlock it to 60.
I wish everyone who's called me charlatan could see this.
Now I want to get a killing spree going here. Let me just herd them and then kaboom. The enemies in this difficulty definitely have a lot more health. It's harder to get a killing spree going. Definitely much harder. Oops. Your magic does run out eventually and you need to recharge it. Which is kind of why it's not feasible to have only the magic powers. You have to be much smarter about how you kill enemies in this mode. Like, I'm just gonna hurt enemies here. I'm just gonna see if I can train them. Because I think that's the only way I can get one of those killing sprees going. Now, unfortunately, I don't think they can drop off there like I just did. So it's very weird and kind of difficult to train enemies in a game like this. This already feels better than most of the games I've seen on DX Play so far. Yeah, that's because it is. Alright, we got 3 there. Let me see if I can get a couple more. Oh, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. One more. Come on. Yeah, I don't think I can get it. It's very hard to do it in this mode with the way that the enemies are laid out. This is a fairly competent game. There we go.
I'm sorry, but that feels good. Really fucking good.
So you become faster in this mode. You get a killing spree. It's actually really fun. That above me, shit. But it doesn't last forever. Switching weapons is also slow. Whoa, that enemy's not supposed to show up yet. That guy's still not dead. There he is. Now, you cannot crouch in this game. This is actually a very limited game, honestly. It's a very linear game, and this level does actually have secrets, but I don't feel like they work as well as they would in, say, like a Wolfenstein or a Doom or a Tomb Raider, because like the levels are just so straightforward that you don't really want to explore them, and when you do try to explore them, it's not like you see many things anyways. For a game that is not complete garbage, to have just disappeared the way that this game did is kind of surprising. Like, I like what it does with these battle arenas. It's fun. You have multiple powers, but I think the 2-weapon limit really wasn't for this game. There's another battle arena here, which is actually a pretty interesting one. We'll definitely get killing spree here. Those guys aren't dead. See, in the easier mode, I guess I should say in normal mode. In normal mode, what happens is that they die. They all die to that one cluster grenade thing. In this mode, it's a bit harder. I'm just gonna have to train them again. I think that's what the game wants you to do. It wants you to train the enemies. Kind of like you're playing like COD or something. But the problem is that new enemies don't spawn unless these enemies are destroyed. So you have to wait until the respawn wave number gets pretty high up. Now there's one of those guys again. Okay, so now there's 3 on the board. It should be easier to get a killing spree here. One of the problems that also comes when you're doing this is that they can throw shit at you. I feel like that's kind of counterproductive in a way, because when you're trying to, I mean, I guess, you know, since you're running away from them, it has to be done like this, but I also feel like it's kind of cheap sometimes when they get hits on you and it's not telegraphed very well. Ah, there's 2 of these guys. Now we got this one. See, this is a fun game when you really just get into the action of it. Oops. Maybe my upgrade is up? No, I don't think it would be, because I haven't used this power. Maybe I can get the upgrade up here. It'll start, like, a dragon starts coming out of your arm. It looks really nice. There we go. That was amazing. That was beautiful. There we go. That's super fun. Super fun. Honestly, don't see anything about this game that I would consider terrible. So far, this looks at a 6 out of 10 to me. Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was playing this earlier in this week. I kept thinking to myself, yeah, I don't know what people really hate about this game. Like, I don't know why people consider it terrible, because I've played like 3 levels of it, 3 straight levels, and I'm like, it's not the greatest game ever, but it's certainly not terrible. Not the way that the reviews made it out to be. The graphics look right for 2009. Yeah, they do. I would say that this is a AA kind of game. Like, it looks good, but the frame of reference that I always use for like 2009 is like Fear 2. Fear 2 is a really, really, really good looking game though, so I don't know if I should use Fear 2. By the way, this game's 21:9 support is flawless. It looks amazing. My only issue is that you can't change the FOV. Like, I have not found a way to change the FOV in this game. But beyond that, the 21:9 support is fantastic. Alright, now we're back in here, this is kind of just like a copy-paste arena, I'm gonna be honest. I want to see if I can upgrade these powers. I feel like this is gonna be super hard though. Like, this is much harder than using the minigun. I'm not a fan of how much hits you take, because the fire doesn't really have the range to deal with all this stuff. And now, see, I'm out of magic, but we got some health. I like games that keep you in the rotation like that. I was just thinking about it earlier because I saw the news about Volition, but Saints Row 4 does that. It's a game that keeps you in the action by making sure that enemies drop health when you kill them. I like that about this game. I like that sort of design. It just keeps you in the momentum of the game. Get away from me. Can I kill this dude with just the fire? Hell yeah, baby. And now there's another one. Yeah, I gotta get myself out of here. That's one of the things I like about the game. If you corner yourself, you pretty much die, so you have to keep moving. That's why I really wish that there was like an advanced movement mechanic to this, or just like, you know, just regular. Because like there's no momentum, so bunny hopping, strafe hopping is not really a thing you can do in this game. Now we can switch back to magic after. Oh my, there's 3 of them. So yeah, this difficulty is a little more challenging. It's not ridiculously more challenging. I love the ragdoll physics there. It's not ridiculously more challenging, but it is more challenging than the normal. I kind of just breezed through this on normal difficulty. I shouldn't have come down here. Then again, you know, Alice is a badass, I guess. We might not get the upgrade in this fight, but we definitely will get the upgrade for the magic. I don't know if I should be calling it magic. Fuck Haze. I'm gonna play Haze one day. I'm definitely playing Haze one day. I remember when people said Haze would be the what was it, the Halo killer? Yeah, my ass. No, this is one of the better arenas in my opinion.
And now a swimming spider. Let's see how well you float when you're full of lead.
I like the one-liners. Holy shit almighty, that's so many of them. I wish you could move faster, you know, a little bit. Oh, I'm definitely getting a killing spree here. I like how many enemies there are in this mode. This is so much more fun than the normal difficulty. There we go. Yeah, this game is a lot of fun when it just kind of lets you loose. But I feel like the hand powers kind of become obsolete in this mode. We're done with that arena. That was actually pretty cool. So you can't crouch in this game, like I said, so it kind of just limits secret hunting. I'm sure maybe there's something cool here, but I'll never get to see it. This is one of the more challenging combat arenas because you only have to deal with these enemies. I guess the basic strategy here is to just weaken them. I might actually die. There's so many of them. The basic strategy here is just to weaken them and then kill them with the secondary fire. Backing myself into a corner here. This isn't good. Get fucked. That's awesome. Yeah, like this part, no way you could do this with just the fire. That'd be impossible. Maybe if you had the upgraded fire, but I feel like even that would be difficult. Yeah, I can't get a killing spree going because it's just so hard to kill these guys. I'm not sure that headshot damage in this game does anything. Oh, here we go. We're building something. I think we can get this going. No. It disappears so fast. I think it disappears faster in this mode than it does in the others. Now this is one of the upgrades for the minigun. That sucks. Now we're just done with it. Now this is the final level here. The final stage of this level, I should say.
I have a bad feeling about this.
One of the bigger arenas. Now you can't stay here, but the game really wants you to come out here. Let me see if I can train these guys. What I like about this game is that it has predictable enemy movement, so if you just learn the enemy movement patterns, you're really not going to get screwed at all. There's no, you know, magic bullshit that comes out where they are not predictable. I feel like if you can learn their patterns, that's skillful, so you should be rewarded for it. Headshot might do more damage. And as you're fighting him, you get attacked by other ones. Yeah, okay, so headshots do more damage. I really wish that would have been explained in the tutorial, but it is what it is, I guess. I want to try to build a killing spree here, but I'm not sure it's going to be possible. I know that there's other enemies over there, but... So yeah, we're just fighting the final boss here. He does take quite a bit to kill. He's easier to kill on the easier difficulties, obviously. And that guy just fell off. That's actually pretty cool. Not a horrible game by any stretch of the imagination, honestly. If anything, just kind of a mediocre game. I really don't like the sentiment that things that are mediocre are the worst things ever. Especially today, I feel like you can't just be an average game because then you're the worst game ever. Oh my. Upgrade. I'm dead. I'm dead! Oh shit, I didn't realize I was getting fucked that bad. Which means I've just lost all my upgrade points for the minigun. I'm not sure I like that mechanic. Yeah, I'm not sure I like the... I wasn't paying attention to my health, obviously. Which I should have paid attention to. I feel like there should be... Although I guess there is. I just wasn't paying attention. But losing an entire upgrade... Because, especially in this mode, where it's much harder to gain upgrades than it is in the other modes... That's kind of like deflating. I also really don't like the spider web there. It makes it so hard to see. I'm close though. I'm gonna get the minigun upgrade. Let's go. By the way, these guys seem to die like instantly to headshots now. Give me the upgrade. See, it's so inconsistent how they die. Very inconsistent. That guy just instantly died. And this guy's taking a lot longer. Oh, one more. There we go. There we go. Now our minigun was upgraded a little bit. You can see it visually, it's changed. And it reloads faster on this. So you can just kind of spam it, honestly, it's pretty cool. Now there are multiple tiers of upgrades, although I'm not sure that there are multiple tiers of upgrades for the minigun. I know there is for the shotgun, for the ice shotgun that you get in the second level. I just keep hitting him in the head, because I feel like that's going to do the most damage, although maybe his weak point is his stomach, if he has a weak point at all. Ooh, I am low on health. Let me get these guys. Give me them upgrades. See, now we're upgrading. If you look at the bottom right, now we're upgrading to the second tier of the upgrade system on the minigun. He's almost dead. Oh shit, I have one. Oh my. He's dead. He was taking damage that whole time from his own.
That's over.
What?
Goodbye, Mr. Big Spider, and wake up, Mr. Webb. The cobwebs in your attic are gone.
So that was very strange. He was getting hit by his own allies and taking damage from them. I was kind of wondering that as the mission was going, but I guess it is what it is. Time, 29 minutes. Total kills, 221. Jesus. So there are headshot. Okay. Subconscious kills. So there are secrets in these levels, but I've never looked for them. I feel like it's just not really something I want to do. Patient is working as a security officer at a huge financial company. He came into my office with chronic weariness and erniponophobia, fear of overwork symptoms. He needs to cure this issue before scheduled psychological tests at his company next year. He's afraid of having his employer diagnosing him as crazy. All right, so this is the second level, and you get a new weapon here. You get a shotgun, and your upgrades are gone, I believe.
Patient Lewis Anderson fears being overworked and making decisions. Killer and son? Looks like the relationship between my patient and his employer is a little complicated. Thanks, Lewis. I make good use of this.
Okay, that's something I don't like either. If you go through one of those portals, you drop your weapon. I would have much just preferred a drop weapon option. By the way, I'm gonna try to fire this gun secondary fire, and what it does is it freezes enemies in place.
Serves you right.
It's actually really cool. The only problem is that you can only do it at once. And maybe I'm wrong here, but it feels like the enemies here have helmets, so shotgunning them in the head is not really going to provide you with headshots. I think, yeah, that guy definitely died to a headshot. The only problem is that you can only freeze one person at a time, and I'm pretty sure I've tried doing this even after you get the upgrades. I've tried headshotting people without, I mean, I've tried freezing people, multiple people, and it doesn't really work. I mean, you can shoot two of them, you can shoot more than one, and they bounce around, which is pretty cool as well, but yeah, you're not really gonna get more than that out of the game. You're really meant to just go up close with these guys. And, you know, this weapon's fun enough. It's not, you know, it's not, oh boy. It's not the greatest weapon, but it gets the job done. Oops, I missed. Hold on, what the hell? Oh, wow. That's actually destructible. That's really interesting. I know that this was not done with the Painkiller engine. I'm not sure what, it's an in-house engine that they made, basically. At times, this game feels like it has, you know, like momentum and stuff like that, but it really doesn't. It's kind of just a shame. I like this sort of arena game where you have to move around quite a bit. It's actually pretty fun. I just wish the game kind of had more to it, and I feel like if it would have come out like maybe 3 years, ooh, there we go. I feel like if it would have come out 3 years after this, it definitely would have some crazier shit. That's one of the things I kind of like feel like is detrimental to there's spiders about to come out of here. That the fact that by the time you gain killing spree in this mode, on this difficulty I should say, you've kind of already lost, you know, the level's already over. So it's kind of counterintuitive, the difficulty of killing enemies. It kind of just works against the game's mechanics pretty astoundingly. Like right here, if I wanted to upgrade my hand, this would be almost impossible. I know enemies are gonna come here. Maybe it'll be possible here because it's just spiders, but yeah. I feel like this game also doesn't explain a lot of its mechanics very well. I like the physics on these objects, it's pretty cool. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's kind of one of my problems with this, is that like you have to get so close to the enemies when you're using the hand powers at first that it's like it's just honestly just better to use the goddamn weapons. It's so challenging to try and use this other stuff. And you can't, like, reliably jump over damage in this game either, which is kind of puzzling. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get another frenzy kill, and it's gonna be at the end of the level, too. I see. Yeah, see? I mean, I have frenzy, but I can only use it at the end of the level. Oh, shit. Yeah, like, see, you can't do this with the hand. Like, half those fuckers didn't even get affected by that. Although it is dropping upgrades for the hand, though, so maybe we got some shit going here. Yeah, maybe we got something going. But I only have 2 upgrades, so we're a long way. We gotta go a long way. But I want to try to get the hand. Oh my god. Well, I don't think I'll be getting the hand upgrade then. I'm kind of just fucking dead. See, I don't even think you can throw him off. This level also, or this stage, introduces also some interesting other mechanics. I feel like this is too hard. It's just too hard to do with magic, especially when this guy, like. There, we got an upgrade for something I didn't want an upgrade for. So the game definitely has its issues. Let me see if I can just charge this and fuck off. Yay, 2 more upgrades. I need heals. Yeah, I feel like this is impossible. So these guys are invincible unless you go through this portal.
I've seen things like this before. Portals that lead into deeper levels of the subconscious. Some of the worst guys.
But you cannot stay in these portals forever, because then you'll start to take damage.
It's not safe in here. I shouldn't stay too long.
But they're also dealing damage to you, even though you can't hit them. It's kind of it's more challenging, but not for the right reasons. I mean, I couldn't even see this guy. And yeah, now he's dead, but I have like no HP. Magic isn't gonna do shit against these guys. It's just not effective on them because I have to get in the portal first. I took damage from that guy, which is bullshit, because you can't move very quickly. So yeah, this is not a terrible game by any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely a flawed game. I would go as far as to say that. This fucker just really died. Go away. I died, yeah. I was trying to get on the plank beneath me. So yeah, using the magic here is pretty much impossible. And if it's impossible here, then it's gonna be damn impossible everywhere else. Because this is one of the easier stages too. Like, your best bet is to stun them. It's to use them in tandem, right? Oh, come on. Is this on Steam? No, it's not on Steam. It was taken off of Steam. It's a very obscure game. It was on Steam at some point, but it's not anymore. Yeah, the magic is not for this mode. Yeah, I'm really not a fan of this stage at all. Invincible enemies, and when you're in there, you take damage, and when you get close to them, you take damage, and they can shoot you from a distance. It's just a bit much. Like, I like the idea that you have to be smart with how you upgrade your weapons. I think that's pretty interesting, but this fucker's still not dead. And I miss. Oh my god. I just took a shit ton of damage there. I don't know if this is even possible on this difficulty. Like, without, like, actually sitting down and thinking about it for, like, a long time. I like the concept of this game. I like it more than Psychotoxics. But it's just poorly executed, at least in this stage. On this difficulty, I should say, because this was really easy, or at least more challenging and more fair on the normal difficulty. This is just kind of like BS. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. I'm definitely gonna die because you can't stay here for very long. It's these guys up here that are fucking with me because I can't get past them without taking damage. I really don't like that. And you're screwed here because there's nothing here. So I'm just gonna try to kite this guy. I don't know how. And I have 1 hit point left, and because those guys are firing at me too. It's a load of shit. Yeah, no, and he doesn't even die to that. That's insane. Alright, now these guys are easier. Because they're just stationary. Oh, that guy's already dead. Oh, they're both dead. That was super easy. Die, cocksucker! I think that's it. Hey! That's it, right? Oh, for fuck's sake. More spiders. I'm gonna die! I'm gonna die to the fucking spiders! No fucking way. I'm dead. Yeah, I'm done. That was a load of shit.